Good morning and good morning. So I'm still sore from yesterday's gym session. Now the nice thing about recording gyms yourself in the gym is you see things that need fixing. So for example, I realized that I have an imbalance on my left side, my arm. And I think that's because I had an accident a few years ago and I had screws in there, and that may contribute to my imbalance. So this means I need to stretch a bit more. Last night, doing the recording. Oh no, actually, when I just finished recording, I heard my wife screamed in the front room. So we have loads of squirrels in the area, and a few of them are quite cheeky. And we sometimes we feed them a nut or two. But this female squirrel, I think she was probably the first that we ever fed, and she's been back 2 years running. And I feed her son nuts at times. But the female squirrel, she came in the front last night and rubbed against my wife's toes, hence the screaming. Now, my wife tried to chase the squirrel out of the front room, and the squirrel refused to leave. The squirrel thinks it's a cat. Rubbing against her feet, run around the front room, rolling in the carpet, and my wife is just going nuts. mm, mm, mm. Love it. Yes. So, breakfast this morning. I already started eating my omelette. It has lots of vegetables in there. 2 wheat-free muffins. I hate wheat-free. But there's loads of carrot and orange pulp in there. I've got my green tea, a little oil, my medication, which I hate, but it relieves the pain, helps me walk. Yeah. So I was thinking of the word I couldn't pronounce. Consortium. 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 Never heard of the word. I can give you words in adult psychopathology, in psychology, child development psychology, psychiatry, in neurobiology. But this is because I had a bachelor degree in those areas. But I never heard of the word consortium, which actually means a gathering or a group of more than one individuals that forms, for example, a company, like the Black Men's Consortium or a drama group. Yeah. But there's a lot of words in the English language that I'm not familiar with, and that is to do with the lack, or I should say, the shallow well of my lexical dictionary. I never read that much as a child, and I depended on the school system. Now, back in the West Indies, the school system wasn't that great. You got the basic stuff. You go home and you learn it, and you come back and you get graded. But yeah, so it's important to teach your child how to read, and not just read. Yeah, but challenge them as they get older. Challenge them with not just the basic, but words, language. it's important to scaffold as they get older. You push them a bit. You increase the intensity of reading. Um, Not to overwhelm them, but to challenge them. Because as I get older, and this is something else I read from Dr. Sugat, that as a young, I think it's to do with brain plasticity. As you get older, the brain deletes all these codes or schemas, and it loses, or should say, it start to degrade the ability to learn the language, the memory and all that kind of stuff. So from a young age, let them start reading. Yeah, read. Let it be the Bible, the Quran, the Financial Times, whatever. Yeah, but read. Yes. Anyway, and that's me for this morning. I gotta say though, what I realized is that on this journey to this experiment that I'm doing, I realized that food is all connected to, or I should say, the way we eat, to your emotional position. It changes day to day, and I think it's important that we are in a good position, mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that we are self-confident and we don't go off our, I wouldn't say diet, but just into unhealthy eating to fill all these, voids of unhappiness or stress or whatever it is. But anyway, yeah, so that's me for today. Yeah, have a good day. Lunchtime. It's lunchtime. So I'm having a salad with brown rice, some charred veg, and just some vitamin C. Last few days I haven't drunk any vitamin C, so my body feels like it needs it, and it also helps with my back, with my back pains. Yeah. Yeah. So, funny thing, earlier I was mentioning about what language and so forth with children, and I was having a discussion in my BMC group, Black men. What's the word? Consortium? Consortium. Consortium. Hold on. I gotta get it right. Wait a minute. Consortium. Consortium. To consort or not? Consortium. Anyway, all jokes aside, yeah. So we have a little bit of discussion, and what we were saying was that the black men in general, and I say black men, I mean even women, not to discriminate, but black people in general, their intelligence is measured by their articulation, and that is wrong. It is just wrong, I knew a guy from Nigeria, and his vocabulary was not that great, but he was a writer for a journal, and wow, when I read his piece, wow, he was really, really good. Really, really good. But when he speaks, you would not think so. Very intelligent man. But yeah, so we need to stop this stereotyping that people with accents or who cannot articulate themselves very well, that they are dumb. Yeah, we're moving on. Anyhow, layers. It's dinner time, and I don't feel any kind of craving for anything. Um, I'm just gonna have half a sandwich of tuna, rye with a slice of beef in there, and some salad in there. I'll probably drink some water afterwards. Take my medication. Um, I think I'm just mentally tired. I've just been trying to reintroduce myself back into studies in preparation for my master's. And yeah, I've just been doing some research around Black history in Britain. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna go in the front room, relax with the missus, and hopefully there'll be no squirrel in the front room waiting for me. Yeah. So yeah, God bless.